you're a man and you want to quit drinking for good, this video is for you. Because when you stop drinking, life doesn't always get louder, it gets quieter. And today I'm going to show you why that happens, and if you stick around to the end, I'll show you how to get through this phase without going back to the bottle. So let's get into it. First, I want to talk about when, at first, I thought getting sober would fix my relationships. What the problem is, when most men decide to quit drinking, they expect life to get better. They think sobriety will bring clarity, respect, and closer relationships. But instead, something unexpected happens. They start feeling lonely. Why the problem exists? Alcohol wasn't just a habit, it was a bridge. It was how you relaxed, connected, joked, and belonged. So when you remove alcohol, you don't just remove a drink, you remove the shared rhythm that held certain relationships together. When I got sober, I thought I'd feel more connected. But instead, I felt quieter in rooms I used to feel comfortable in. I was present, but I didn't feel like I belonged in the same way. I remember back in college when I was dabbling with being a healthier and more sober version of myself, and I went to a house party that one of my friends was having one night. And he greeted me saying, "Oh, what are you doing here? I didn't think you'd come." I felt alienated and unwelcome, all because I was trying to do something healthier for myself. I'll never forget that. For you, it might look different. Some guys feel boring, some feel judged, some feel awkward, some feel invisible. Different experiences, same issue. All of them come from losing a shared identity, not just a substance. And that's when the loneliness really starts to sink in. Really quick, if you're getting value, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more men who need this message. Next, I want to talk about when you start healing, but others don't. What the problem is. As you start healing and sobering up, your environment usually stays the same. Same jokes, same routines, same habits. And suddenly, you don't fit the way you used to. Why the problem exists? Healing changes your internal rhythm, but most people around you aren't changing at the same pace. And without meaning to, your sobriety becomes a mirror. Not everyone wants to look into that. When I sobered up, at first, I didn't quite feel rejected, but I did feel out of sync. I was growing internally, but still standing in the same rooms. I remember in recent years, I was at a family gathering, and I remember having said no throughout the night to offer drinks, and one of the uncles came up to me and said, "I don't know how you do it and not drink in this environment. I could never be like you." I thought that was such an interesting comment. On the one hand, it sounded like a compliment, but at the same time, categorized me as unrelatable just for being me. That one stuck with me. For you, it might look like friends making jokes, family downplaying your change, invitations that don't feel safe, pressure to just relax or have one. Different experiences, same root cause. The loneliness comes from asymmetry. You're healing forward, but they're staying put. And here's the part that no one explains until now. Now let's talk about what you came for, the loneliest part of getting sober, and the way out. What the real problem is. The real problem isn't loneliness. The real problem is thinking something is wrong with you because you feel it. Why the real problem exists? We're taught that growth should feel good immediately. But healing often creates distance before it creates peace. When I realized this, I stopped trying to be understood by people who only knew the drinking version of me. I stopped forcing connection, I stopped over-explaining myself, and I gave my healing room to breathe. How life is better now? Because of that, my sobriety stabilized. My identity strengthened. Some relationships naturally returned, new ones formed at my level, and I stopped mistaking peace for loneliness. And now, one of my favorite things to talk about with people at gatherings is how I've quit drinking for good. I let them have their reaction, as they're entitled to it, but I also allow myself to continue to talk about one of the greatest accomplishments of my life. For you, it might look like less temptation, clearer boundaries, more self-respect, sobriety that finally sticks. Different benefits, same solution. All of them come from choosing alignment over comfort. So the core message to tie all this together is this. The loneliest part of getting sober is temporary, and the peace that follows is permanent. That about wraps up this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. If this video has inspired you to take action, and if you're in this lonely part of healing and you don't want to do it alone, the 5-day Malusog Reset gives you daily structure and grounding tools to help you stay steady while you rebuild. Links in the description if you're ready. Tagalog sign off, hindi lahat sasabay sayo, at ayos lang yun. Which means, not everyone will grow with you, and that's okay. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.